Okay, let's talk about the fun stuff. So I'm actually preparing, and I actually need to make a trip to another one of those shops today or tomorrow if I can. I'm going to start doing office hours at a couple of our local game shops. One of the reasons that I'm doing this is that a lot of people have really nice collections that they've been putting together over the last number of years. And, maybe you've got a commander deck where you got all the dual lands that you needed, 3 or 4 dual lands, and you paid $100 a piece for them back in 2014, and now all of a sudden they're worth $500, $600, $700 a piece. Underground Sea, $1,000. Now you've got stuff that's worth a lot of money. You want to make sure it's legit. Or in some of those cases, you don't have it yet and you're ready to spend that money. Well, whenever there's money to be made, there are people with less than genuine intentions that would love to take your money without actually giving you the product that is promised. So one of my local friends gave me a few of the fakes that they had run into. And from a glance, now it's a little bit easier to tell in person rather than on the camera. But from a glance, you may not be able to tell these. Now, side by side, it might be different. If I'd showed you one of these without the other, you might not be able to make an immediate decision there. But a lot of these fakes are pretty good. Now, these aren't the best that I've seen. I've seen better. But these are the ones that are going around now. Some of those that are going around now. And they're pretty good. They're advertised, and on the box it says blue core. I can tell you it does have a blue core if you look at it with just like a jeweler's loop, a 60X, that's not enough to be able to see the blue core on the side. But if you have like a 100X, like a microscope, let's go open this up. Where did I put my microscope? Here it is. I bought one of these guys from the Amazon.com. That's probably $20-25. Really worth it. You can actually look at the blue core on the side without actually having to tear the card in half, which for years a lot of people have said, tear it in half, you'll be able to see the core. Yeah, don't do that. You don't need to do that. You just need enough magnification to be able to see it on the side. Now, these fakes do have a blue core. If you've seen enough legitimate cards, you know that it doesn't look right. It looks off. And, a wise man once told me the best way to be able to identify fakes is to just look at a whole bunch of legitimate cards and just spend a lot of time looking at them very closely under magnification and comparing them to the fakes that are going around. And that's really the best way to do it. Now, I won't get into a lot of the details, but there are a few things that you can do with just easy, publicly available information that can help you keep from getting taken. So the main thing here, and I'm sure you've probably made your guess, these are the real ones. These are my mint revised copies, or near mint-ish. And these are the fakes. Now, when they were handed to me, I knew immediately. Part of it is because I've spent a lot of time looking at legitimate cards. One of the issues with revised is the coloring is very, very washed out on legitimate cards for the most part. The exception being the lands that were added in the basic lands that were added in beta are very, very dark. But by and large, revised is kind of washed out and light. And these have a color saturation kind of like Unlimited. But they're not unlimited. These are fake revised cards. You can tell because of the border. Now, if we pull these aside and just compare, here is revised and unlimited. Now, one of the things about unlimited here, let's see if I can get a closer look for you. The border there is beveled. It's actually, yeah, there we go. You can see there that it's got kind of extra stripes down the side. So you've got a beveled border there. Where with revised, it's just a single black line. So without having to know anything about weights, measurements, or anything like that, you can look at these fakes, and by just knowing a little bit about the layout changes from unlimited to revised, well, this has got the color saturation as if it were from unlimited or from summer, which actually is another thing that's very easy to determine. Because this is a common question as well. How do I tell revised or unlimited from summer? Easiest thing here is the summer has a 1994 date, but everything else is set up like revised. So you've got the sideways T tap symbol rather than unlimited, which says tap to add. Anyway, so that's just another side. I'm easily distracted, don't mind me. But anyway, little things like that, if you pay attention and kind of get used to dealing with different sets and understand the layout differences, you can learn to spot these pretty quickly. Again, the best thing that you can do is to cultivate just having a good eye. Look at a lot of legitimate cards, and whenever somebody finds a fake, hey, can I look at that? Take your phone out. If you've got one of those phones that has a macro lens on it, or even just a 2x magnification that's an optical zoom, look at it real close, take some pictures, and then you can compare that to your real ones later, and you'll learn a lot just knowing the layout changes, and knowing what real ones are supposed to look like. I'm not concerned that this one will give anybody a whole lot of information on how to make better fakes, because these are kind of basic mistakes that I have seen already fixed in better fakes. So anyway, we opened some fun stuff. We learned a little bit about some of these counterfeits that are going around. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram as mountain_king_auth, and as Mountain King Authentications on Facebook. If you have questions, if you'd like to contract my services, I am doing authentications, anything from $10 a card for anything under $250 value, no order minimums, all the way up to I'm authenticating Black Lotuses. Just give me a buzz. Anyway, if this is something you guys are enjoying, let me know. If there's something you'd like to see, also let me know. Thanks for joining me.